I don't normally keep it in the case, but we were away the last couple of days, so it's the one guitar I put away. I've been thinking a lot about what to do with the 63. Well, it's definitely one of my dream guitars, you know, one of my 3 or 4 dream guitars, the 63 Strat. Could have been 61 or 62, but this is what I found in a 3-tone burst. But it's more complicated than that because it has to be a good player. Whatever you think of my playing ability and my guitars that I have and how many I've got, I'm not a collector. As I said, this doesn't normally live in the case. It lives out. I play all my guitars, and I'm going to sit here today and decide what's happening with this, because I noticed a few other things on the market I could be interested in. Things that have got paths in, you know, other exciting things, 53 to 59 conversion bursts. So I might be heading to ATB if I decide that this guitar just can't quite live up to what I would want my perfect 63 Strat to be. So let's plug it into a couple of different amps, a couple of different pedals, have a little listen and see. Let's start with the new Magnatone. I've got it plugged into an attenuator, which is down there. Just means we won't blow our heads off. But this will be a fun amp to try with this sort of modulation, pitch shifting vibrato on the back. So basically, it's not going to just happen in one video, but over the next, I don't know how long, could be week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I'm going to use this 63 Strat a lot and discuss, amongst whatever else is in the video, discuss whether I'm getting used to it, whether I'm starting to bond with it, fall in love with it, or if I really think perhaps someone else could have it who loves it and I can look at something else. I think it's a normal part of sort of figuring out whether a guitar is for you. Sometimes I can do it in a shop. Sometimes with the level of investment this guitar is, it just takes a bit longer to figure out. So in this video, you know, just going to sort of go through a couple of amps and start to feel out what it is I really think about it. But I'm not going to reach a final conclusion today, but hopefully you'll come along for the journey, follow along with these videos and see what happens. On the really tidy, well set up board. This is, at the moment, everything is in flux, so I'm just trying lots of things all the time, but normally you wouldn't see that. Anyway, so today I've got some fuzz going on. This is Dominion, still playing around with my favorite settings for each guitar. Then I could put in the blues power, the dualist, or the carbon. They're all pedals that I'm loving at the moment. The blues power in particular is tending to be an always on for me, with really low drive settings, as you can see there, a lot more volume. And then I'll either put the fuzz on or the fuzz and something on the dualist. The carbon is often a sweetener, a little bit of a volume boost, and sometimes that would be the always on and not the blues power. But yeah, I'll tell you what's going on when I'm playing. put the Dominion fuzz on as well. Actually loving that. Putting the Blues Power over into the glass setting. I've rolled back the guitar to about 4 and I'm going to just put the fuzz up a bit. It was on 10 o'clock on the fuzz and 1 o'clock on the volume. I'm going to put 12 o'clock on the fuzz and 2 o'clock on the volume. I'll just check the mics. Whack the fuzz all the way up. Right, let's turn off all the pedals again. Is this the 63 that I always wanted, or is it just a bit too polite? I always think the playing wear on a guitar tells you something. This had some jazz strings in the case that flat wound strings. God knows how old these are. And this cable, I'm not actually sure. A little bit of leather off of somewhere, maybe off the case, not sure. Yeah, here's where that leather goes, by the way. I just found out. I haven't used the 2-rock a lot recently, so I'm trying to set it up, and what I'm doing is roll back the guitar to 7 or 8. It's difficult to say on this one. And I want to be able to have the sound I want at that volume, so that if I go up to 10, it's like a boost. So I'm just going to turn the master up. It was on about 12. Let's try 2 o'clock. This is with an attenuator. Gain is on 11. Let's put it on 1230. The treble, middle and bass, I'll keep it as is. So now if I roll up, then so I could live here. Let's go a little bit more, so I'll roll it back again. Gain I'm going to put up to 2 o'clock. I probably want it to sound like that when it's at 8 on the volume, whereas that was on 10, so whack the master up a bit more. Okay, that's on 8, now on 10. Cool. So now I'll probably go to about 6, and I'm putting the heavy hand of the dualist. That was in glass mode. I'm going to put it on stock because it was a bit sort of trebly. So that's now at 10 with the dualist on. I like that. Let's turn off the heavy hand and put the other side, the string singer, which is more like a tube screamer. So what I'm finding with this guitar is I'm loving the neck pickup a lot of the time, but the bridge is really... Let's put the fuzz on with the tube screamer and see what happens. I love that neck pickup, and the middle pickup's great as well. It's just that bridge, but I don't even use the bridge pickup much, so I don't know why it's bothering me. So I don't think I'm going to figure this out in one little video. What I did figure out was that there are things I really love about this guitar and things that I don't like as much, but that I really deserves for me to put some work in. So first thing I might do is lower the neck pickup a bit, because the bridge pickup, it's sort of not high enough volume or output. So with pedals and things, it's a bit out of balance. If I lower the neck a little bit, maybe it will just balance it out a bit. The other thing is a little bit more broad, really, and that's, I'm just getting a bit frustrated at my own playing. And although, you know, I practice a lot, I tend to practice a lot of the same stuff, and recently I haven't learned a lot of new things. So over the next few weeks, and there's going to be a lot of sort of vlogish style videos where you see me practicing some new stuff, or, you know, talking about how to learn new things, and sort of doing some licks and trying to add to my playing, specifically in a Strat sort of context. There's some players that I really enjoy their Strat playing, you know, YouTube players and more famous ones as well. So we're going to break down a few things, and I'm going to try and introduce some new stuff into my Strat playing that will give me something new to be excited about with it. As it stands, I still haven't made my mind up. I think it'd be way too early to make my mind up about this. I'm going to keep making these sort of vlogish style videos. I know it's not as polished as some of my more, I don't know, in-depth amp videos and things, but I want to be able to make content quicker and just go through the thought process. You know, it's not just about production values, I guess. It's what am I actually discovering here so far. It's brilliant in the neck position, just as good as I'd hope it to be. It needs a refret. I've known that since I got it. It's very low in some places and really difficult to play. So I've got it booked in, but the guy that does these, so these old frets have to come out sideways, not upwards, and not everyone does it. So there's a guy that does it, and I trust him, so I'm waiting for him. And we're going to play around with these pickup heights, and I'm going to learn some much more Strat-based stuff and try and get better at it. So sort of join me on that if you want. It's going to be a lot more sort of informal content where I'm just talking behind the camera, and let me get more content out more quickly. Just to finish off, what did I think about playing through these two amps? If you know my channel, you know I haven't been getting on with the 2-Rock for a long time, and I probably prefer my Vibrolux as it goes to sort of blackface style Fender. This 2-Rock is going to be sold later this year or next year sometime. Second-hand market is a little bit difficult, and understandably, people not wanting to throw thousands of pounds around right now, so that's fair enough. I did actually enjoy the cleans on this, probably more than the pedal tones, so maybe I need to play around with different pedals. And with the Magnatone, which is down there right now, love it. It's got so much character. I don't need to really use pedals other than for boosting it. It's got that pitch shifting vibrato, which is something special in my opinion. It adds a real sort of late 60s vibe to it. I don't even need to use a univibe. And so I think that is the amp which I'm really going to concentrate on. It does almost everything I want. And I'll be putting out some content just about that amp really soon. And lastly, I've got these two Protein pedals here. This is one of my favourite pedals actually of all time. This white one is going to be given away on the channel here when I hit 7,500 subs, which is about 500 subs away. If I keep making content frequently, you know, we could possibly manage it by Christmas. So if you want to win that, subscribe to the channel and just comment on a video anywhere in the world. I'll put your name in the hat and I'll pick a winner out. So this one, the pink one, is going to be part of a raffle, actually in a package as a whole guitar amp and pedal package. So it would be this pedal, this beautiful Player HSS Strat that I really love, and there's going to be a pink Marshall amp which I haven't received yet. And if you go to the Instagram or the website and sign up to the newsletter for the Pink Guitar Project, which I'll put in the description, I'll let you know when the raffle starts. It won't be long now, a couple of weeks away hopefully. I'm still putting lots of bits together, but that's being done for breast cancer charity. So it's a great cause, £5 a ticket, and you could win 1,600 quid's worth of a package, and there'll be a couple of other individual items for second and third place, which I'll let you know more about. Anyway, I'll see you next time. I'm still going to be figuring out whether this Strat is for me, but what I'll probably do is, for example, make a video about something else, an amp or a pedal with the Strat, and sort of marry the two things together. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this and see you next time. Cheers.